Okay, fire away.
Coach, after the last big win, there's always a tendency to sometimes want to keep going right away. How are you going to keep your guys up after being on for just a few days as you get ready for it?
You know, we played on Friday night, so we took Saturday and watched the film of that game, and it's a game that easily could have gone either way. I mean, obviously we're down 9 with 4 to go and found a way to come back and win that in overtime against a very good team. And then Sunday we had the day off. Now we've had 3 practices since. But, you know, of course, after a good win like that, there's a lot of people telling you, boy, you really played good. But I thought today was our best practice of the week, and hopefully that is good as we head into tomorrow's very important season opener in the conference.
Have you noticed a certain swagger, maybe even confidence since the injury?
Yeah, I don't know that. You know, I mean, we you know, are going to be tested. I mean, we're 11th in the conference in field goal percentage defense right now out of 12 teams. So that, you know, we're number 1 in field goal percentage offense. We're number 1 in scoring. But the area that concerns me is the defensive end of the floor, and we've got to do a better job, and we're going to be really tested. Cal runs their offense and executes as well as anybody in the Pac-12, and will really be a challenge in that respect.
What's your assessment of how Shabazz has improved as a defender so far?
He's definitely growing, and he's getting better there, and he's still, you know, got a lot of improvement to make, but his effort's been really good. He's really improved a lot at the defensive end of the floor, and he knows that that's a very important you know, aspect of his game that needs improvement for him to reach his potential as an all-around basketball player, which is what it's all about. I mean, if you're motivated to be a great one, you want to be great at both ends. I mean, you look at the Kobe's or the Michael Jordans, the great ones were great at both ends, all defensive teams as well as being great scorers. I mean, that's what I love about, you know, like LeBron and Dwayne Wade, and you know, these guys are incredible at both ends of the floor. That's what Russell is. I mean, Russell Westbrook is he might be the best defensive point guard in the league, and he's definitely one of the top offensive players in the NBA.
What's his attitude about learning the team?
It's been great. Yeah, he knows, he understands, and that starts with his family. And his dad was a player, and his dad, Ron Holmes, who played at USC, says, "Hey, you know, you got to get better." He's his biggest critic, and so you know that's always nice to have you know, the family understand and be promoting and pushing the same things.
Anyway, how would you describe his competitive streak as kind of like his killing instinct?
Yeah, I think it's very good, and that's why he's a high achiever. You know, it's about being competitive, and I think we have a lot of guys like that. I mean, you know, I really like this group's competitiveness in terms of individually. You know, Jordan Adams is a great competitor. You know, I think Kyle is a great competitor. I think Larry and the Wares are very good competitors. Norman, they all are. You know, and so it was good. I mean, it's good. And I was just thinking about Tony. I was going to refer to Tony. Tony actually, his back acted up again on him today, and he went through the whole practice. But it was something that hasn't happened since we got back from Brooklyn. But just so you guys know, he had a little issue with his back today. That hopefully won't be a problem moving forward. Norman practiced all 3 practices with his sprained ankle, and it's getting better daily.
How can you tell with say, Shabazz and Kyle, especially given, you know, Shabazz's dad played with USC and Kyle's dad has been a coach for so long? Can you pick those guys out, you know, right away and you can tell they're a little different?
Yeah, and it's through performance and understanding. You know, Kyle has been around it, you know, as a kid, because his dad was a Division I assistant. He's been an AAU coach and involved with the players program out of New Jersey forever. You know, I mean, he's known J.R. Smith since he's 5 years old. I mean, he's grown up with all these kids that are, you know, so he's been around it all his life, as has Shabazz. I mean, you know, his dad, you know, all his best friends are his former teammates. I mean, you know, so it's, yeah, and that's, you know, Larry Drew's, obviously, his dad's involved in basketball. I mean, we've got a bunch of them. You know, the Ware's dad was a very good player. played at Fresno and Cal State Fullerton and has coached, and so they all have. Many of them have that background. Jordan Adams' dad is AAU coach. Coached with the Atlanta Celtics for years. So, they've all seemingly been around it a lot.
You talked about, you just mentioned your defense is second last in the conference. How, you've got your 10 and 3, so how do you kind of balance the two? You're winning games.
Yeah, that we'll be a better team when we get that end figured out a little better. We're holding, I think it's 41.2. The last 3 games has been 47, 48, 48. That's just too high. And some of it speaks to the teams we're playing against. We're playing against pretty darn good teams. I think Long Beach has got a great chance at winning their conference. I really liked how Fresno played against us, and obviously Missouri, is going to be a team that's going to be seeded very high at the end of the season, provided they, stay healthy.
Is it like, you fear that catching up to yourself when your offense just doesn't have one thing?
Yeah, that's what I always like, to be a team that has the defensive to rely on, because night in and night out, you can always control your effort at the defensive end and your ability to play good defense. And there'll be nights where you're not shooting as well, but we're a good shooting team. We're a good scoring team. We've got a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket. And part of it, I think, is how we're playing. We're playing faster. There's more possessions, and it's hard. It's just a little harder. So, we got to get it down a few more percentage points, and not allow second shots. That's what really hurt us in the last game, was transition baskets and second shots.
How's it for you? This is kind of new. Your coaching history, like 90 points, 97 points.
Yeah, we just want to win. Someone asked me the last is, it's about winning margin. So.
Usually you don't look at the stats.
No, I'm not looking at the stats and go, God, we got to hold them under 60. We're looking at what's the spread, and field goal percentage defense.
Is this as fast as you've ever had a team?
No. At Northern Arizona, we're number 1 in the country 3 years in a row in 3-point percentage, and number 2 or number 1 3 years in a row in field goal percentage offense. Scored a lot of points. So it just varies.
Yeah, about the freshman that has surprised you. Obviously these guys are all good. You know how good they were coming in, but anything they've done kind of surprised you with being expectations?
Not particularly. We knew that they were all good players, and I'm excited about all 4 of them. I thought Tony had a real good practice day, being more physical. It's all learned. Everybody's learning new things, always, and those guys are all learning. I think Larry's really improving. I'm really excited about Larry Drew's improvement. Probably the most surprising thing is I didn't know Jordan Adams would be this good when we, got a commitment from him. And then when he was here this summer, it was like clear right away. Oh yeah, he is really good, and he keeps getting better. You look at his numbers. 5 assists in each of the last 2 games, 5 steals against Fresno State, 7 rebounds against Fresno State. He's doing a lot of little things, helping the team outside of just scoring.
How have you felt about the pace of the defensive improvement over the past 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been good. We're getting better. We were horrible, 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and part of that is, you're playing against organized teams that are veteran groups. We were lucky to beat UC Irvine, very lucky. We lost to Cal Poly, and part of that too, though, was understanding how to play on offense. Your offense plays to your defense. That's what we're going to see tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to play a very controlled pace in the half court and make us be more patient with our offense, or we're always going to be on defense. It's kind of what Fresno did. But getting back to our defensive improvement, we made a lot of improvement in the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Coach, what is it about conference play that some of the younger guys are going to experience that they don't know about until they go through it?
Yeah, it's a whole new season. Whatever's happened up to now is, for experience, And I'm excited about our conference. Our conference going in at this time of year compared to a year ago is a much stronger conference. You look at the out-of-conference wins. You look at the strength of each of the teams. You know, Arizona State's playing great. Oregon's playing great. Obviously, you know, Cal and Stanford are very good teams. Arizona's, you know, fourth or third, whatever they are in the country. We've got a lot of teams that are playing well and doing a good job. Washington State, I think, is 9-4, 9-3. But, you know, they're going to be going into foreign environments for the first time where, you know, every time you get those 4 letters on your jersey, no matter where you go, you're getting the other team's best effort. And, you know, that continues to be something that they'll see and experience. The other fans will be yelling at them.
Talk a little bit about Cal and their roster. The one guy that's obviously not there anymore is kind of changed the last couple of years.
Yeah, it was player of the year last year. But they have a very good group. I mean, Crab I love. He's a future NBA player. Cobbs, you know, they're arguably the best guards in our conference. And, you know, everybody has said that when you listen to the games or you read about it. And they're special. They're both really good. And, you know, they take 53% of their shots. They're very unselfish. They make plays for others. But their other guys are good. I mean, I like their front line. I like Kravish. I think he's going to be a really good player as he continues to grow and progress. Solomon is a good player. The big kid Thurman off the bench is good. You know, I like Wallace a lot. I think he's going to be a very good player and is doing a good job for him. And starting now, I think the last 3 games, you know, for them. And Brandon Smith gives them experience and toughness. He couldn't play in their last game because of a concussion. I'm assuming he's back and healthy and ready to go for tomorrow night. Any more questions? I do Alex's line here. Okay, thanks.